There it is. Okay, cool. Here we go. Again, second attempt. Here we go. Oh my
We're
god.
alive. Here we
Okay.
Gas
are.
is back.
Guess who's
Alone
back?
again.
Which will make no sense because there's no footage of the first attempt anymore. But whatever. Who cares? I'm not editing. I hate editing. I really hate editing, so here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pillar Chase 2 tier list. Are we ready, boys? Are we good this time?
The boys are good.
The boys are back
The boys are back at 3 p.m. with the beam.
at 3 p.m. Alright, so okay, wait, let me get my let me actually get my list back up here so I have my opinions. That don't matter
Nobody
whatsoever.
asked.
Exactly. Okay, first off, Vapor.
Twitter.
Did you just say Flutter? This is Pillar Chase, not Dandy's World, bro.
It's not Dandy's
said,
world.
I said Twitter.
Twitter.
You said opinion, so I said
None of the-
Twitter.
none of the above.
Oh my
This is
god.
gonna be terrible.
Okay, let's start the tier list before we get way too off track here.
Oh god, we're already way off track. Vapor. So,
Vapor.
you know, I'll let you guys go
So-
first. So, have fun.
Alright, so
Okay.
Corgi, you wanna?
Okay, with Vapor, I feel like I would place him in like the yellow or the green tier, depending, because with Vapor, it's pretty much like a hit or miss, even if you're a new character, because he is a heavy hitter, but it's if there's good survivors, then they can really just run circles around you. It's not that hard to counter him. And I feel like that can be a little annoying when you're playing as him, especially if you're new to the game. But if you're playing against a good Vapor, then shit gets real very quickly. Are we allowed to swear? I forgot.
It's fine. I don't have monetization.
Okay.
You think I'm that
Not yet.
popular? Come on now.
Not yet.
Yeah, hey, not yet. But no,
Oh.
yeah. Vapor is really a hit or miss. Playstyle wise, I feel like his playstyle can get very repetitive and can end up being very boring at times, but I do feel like it would be very interesting for a new player because of like the whole dropping spider skulls on the floor and you're able to teleport to them. But after a while, it does get a little monotonous. Cosmetics, I feel like Vapor has a lot of underrated cosmetics, like the Halloween one being a reference to the Nightmare Before Christmas, and just like a lot of cosmetics that look really good for him being like a starter killer. So I would probably put him in the enjoyable tier.
Enjoyable? Okay, okay. Twist, you got anything? Here, actually.
I'm gonna start with cosmetics, and
Oh.
I don't have the. I would say that a good portion of his cosmetics are indeed reskins, but he still does have like a couple that are good, like a few references, and more recently, the melted skin that he got. I think it's decent. Power wise, well, he does have the most damage in the game, which I think is one of the main things that has kept him so relevant and why you still see him nowadays.
Why you see level 100 Vapor?
But outside of that, after a few games, it is gonna get repetitive. But I would say Vapor's an easy start for getting money when you're starting the game. I would say power wise he's more focused on, you know, how his damage output more than anything else. I mean,
Just
the
swinging.
teleport, yeah, just
pretty
swinging.
much.
The skulls get annoying because that's how they're supposed to work. The demonic shift, you're not gonna see anybody use it for the second version, which is, you know, teleport 20 seconds in your original position, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
uh, I didn't really notice much when uh he did basically get a rework, right?
Not really. I mean, his design did, but like not really his
Let's say,
power.
Huh.
I don't really know anything that changed about his kit, if anything at all did change.
Yeah, I guess so. Uh, that's my opinion on cosmetics and power. Fun though, I would say when you're starting the game, it is fun to just be constantly two tapping people, despite your speed, which is pretty mediocre. But uh, the power that he has is indeed probably the most fun about him. Besides that, nothing else really screams fun. So honestly, I'd give him a enjoyable, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Okay,
same
okay.
thing.
You're probably never gonna use him again. Well, most wouldn't.
Yeah, I think I've only used him like a couple times, and that's just because I've been trying to silver every character. That's the only time I ever play him.
Yeah, that's my
But
plan too. Currently, I only have him
As
at
soon
level
as I
5.
was able to get a different character, I swapped from him immediately, and I haven't played him since like the first time I played the game.
yeah, like
Same.
exactly. I think I played him like a couple times, and that was the Halloween skin when that one came out. I was like
Yeah.
infatuated with it just because I like not just myself, but like my whole family really likes Nightmare Before Christmas. So seeing that skin, I like instantly got hyped and went for it.
fucking love that movie.
It's like the
Yeah.
thing is when you get a new monster, the chances of you going back to like Vapor or Rosemary is like
So low.
one in a
It's
flat,
so
one in a
low.
blood moon.
Especially
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we'll get to Rosemary in a second here, but like, yeah, I think out of the two starter, well, I guess three now, because Baldi, but like, prior to Baldi being a free character, I almost never saw people pick Rosemary. Almost everyone went for
Ye-
Vapor.
Yeah.
Now that Baldi's a free character, I think I've seen like maybe, I don't know, 3 Vapors the whole time, and that's it.
Yeah.
He's a dead character, but I don't know. I said he was pretty fun, so my personal rankings, I put Power at A minus. I thought like you can pretty easily kill people until you get to like Last Man Standing, and then you're kind of screwed after that. Fun wise, I put him in B, and then cosmetics, I put him in B minus, just because he's got a couple okay skins. Like again, the Nightmare Before Christmas one. I also really
Yeah.
like his Snowman one, the Christmas one he got. But like,
Yeah. That's why I said he has like underrated cosmetics, but not a lot of good ones. Like a couple diamonds
Yeah.
in the rough.
Yeah, admittedly, like a good 3/4 are Reese colors.
yeah, and he doesn't even have it. He
it's
has
not
no chase theme.
necessarily. It's not necessarily his fault because look at the man. How do you customize this?
Exactly. It's exactly. Okay. Rosemary. This was one of the only 2 monsters I had in lacking, and I think that's for good reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
no.
seen like one good Rosemary player in the history of ever, and they were like, I think they like devoted their life to Rosemary because they were like level
Level 50?
100, no, level 100,
100.
running
Holy
the
shit.
diamond skin, and like I think they even admitted they hadn't played a single other monster in the game. Like you have to literally devote your life to Rosemary to get a team wipe as Rosemary. She sucks. She's
I
so bad.
I don't know anything. I don't know if I can say really anything positive about her. Whenever I see that I'm going against a Rosemary, I'm just like, oh, okay, free round.
Dude, literally, yeah, it's a free round at that point. You're not
Her-
gonna lose.
Yeah.
Playing against her, unless you're like trapped in a corner with no stamina, you're probably not gonna get killed by her. Playing as her playstyle is like so slow and just not really that interesting. Like she doesn't really have a gimmick. She just has wall hacks and screams a lot.
Yeah.
And
I would say-
cosmetics, I do like her gold and diamond skins, like with all the flowers. But
That's true. That's
besides
true.
those two, I don't really think she has any notable cosmetics that are like insanely good.
Okay, the only exception I will say is her superstar one, the Hatsune Miku one, is pretty solid. But it's a limited, so not that many people are gonna have it.
I forgot
That
about
kind
that
of
skin.
sucks. And then she has the
I-
Silent Hill one, but like, I think I'm the only one who ever runs that skin.
Yeah.
I think I would say,
Yeah. She's lacking.
I would say cosmetics wise, she's almost maybe a little bit less than Vapor, or maybe the same. Debatable, interchangeable, I should say.
Yeah, I think
Fun
like,
wise,
yeah, cosmetics, like Rosemary, the only thing Rosemary has above Vapor is cosmetics. That's it, in my opinion.
Mhm.
power wise, I'm not even gonna lie. I think most people when they play Rosemary for the first time, which this is something that everybody agreed on. Her hitbox is probably one of the worst in the game to this
Cough.
day. Which is probably would discourage a lot of players from ever touching her again and instead moving
That's saying a
to
lot.
Vapor.
Because, that's saying a lot because hitboxes in this game are like generally wackadoodle sometimes.
Atrocious.
I mean, yeah,
Like you
but
can be like 10 feet away and MX will just like somehow like extend his shoe to splat your face in.
Yep.
But with
Yeah,
Rosemary, I rarely ever see like a questionable hit on Rosemary aside from a couple times, and they were lagging the hell out to hell and back. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
literally. And I find that because of her hitbox, it probably is already gonna discourage you from her, and instead you're gonna move to Vapor, especially when his hitbox is, not as clunky.
Not garbage.
Garbage. She doesn't really stand out, I guess. You barely see her unless it's a masochistic player who has her at level 100, as Kit said. I mean, nothing really else. I mean, she has the thing where she does every time she hits somebody, she gets stamina, right? Or something like that.
I don't think so. No, she
Okay,
doesn't.
I don't
She
know.
doesn't even have that.
Oh, I thought it was something like that.
No.
Mhm.
I say she
Besides-
doesn't have anything notable. She's not really. She's just
She doesn't really
there.
stand out.
She screams. She screams. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's all she does.
She
just
screams.
ah.
She screams like
Okay.
the cripple that she is, armless.
Yeah.
So, lacking is definitely the reasonable pick for her.
Honestly, I think she's honestly the worst monster in the game. It's so
Nah,
bad.
you-
There's only one character I also have in lacking. I think y'all know who it is already. We'll get to that, but
Yeah,
y'all know who it is. Y'all know who it is.
Mhm.
Anyways, I'm gonna let Twist talk first on Baldi because I think you're a Baldi main, right? Like you literally main Baldi. So
I was indeed the Baldi main.
you are the Baldi main. So how do you feel
I was gonna
about
say
your
you know
main?
what characters we talk about.
Admittedly, I didn't play him before. I haven't played him since he got added as a starter, which
They
confused me a little
They
bit.
didn't change anything basically.
Yeah, nothing got
so-
changed besides they just made him a starter.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I do think it's funny that even though it's supposed to be you get coins if you already got him, but people were still getting coins even if they didn't have him. That was pretty funny.
Hey, we'll take
It
it.
was
Gimme.
Num, 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 num,
Anyways,
num, num.
cosmetics wise, I mean, it's what isn't when you look at his cosmetics, it's honestly what you would expect. Nothing too special, but he of course has some good ones like his bald loon as main known.
Peak
He
skin.
has the he has apple. He even has a reference skin, which is the bald hero, however its name's called. I don't remember. But
Yeah.
it's not surprising that he has a lot of recolors because, well, it's Baldi with due respect.
He's literally just like he's just green and blue.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pretty easy to just copy paste.
Power wise, I would say when I first started him, I didn't understand. It felt a little off, or no, it felt a little similar to Rosemary because I just couldn't hit people, or I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. And I feel like Baldy gets forgotten. How to describe it? Forgotten, or just underrated, I guess.
Fact.
Because he is really simple, which actually shows how strong he is. I mean, name what other character in this game has uh constantly gains speed throughout the game and has an infinite stat in either damage, sprint, or stamina, which he has infinite stamina technically.
Literally nobody.
Uh,
Like, the only thing I would say, like, even remotely is similar is Vena Mimic getting more damage over time, but that's not even the same.
it's not even the
No,
same.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a very different thing.
But I will say, first starting him, I feel like people might get discouraged originally because they also might be, the more cooler monsters, as they say.
The
Yeah.
cool kids club.
The cool kids club, yeah, basically. Uh, but after a few games, he is pretty darn fun and is pretty powerful. I even got him to silver pretty fast and easily. Though I will say, when I see other people play Baldi, it's either the whole server is just blitzed or like they only get like 1 or 2 kill. I would say he's also pretty balanced too, despite
Mm-hmm.
infinite stamina and anti-hearing. But when he drops anti-hearing, you're gonna know where he is, because, well, yeah. Math, the what is it called? Yeah, it's just called Math, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
it's just...
notebook isn't actually a bad trap. I mean, sometimes it's even really good, especially when for some reason people just decide to focus all their energy into it, but stop moving.
Mobile
Those
players
moments are pretty fun.
quaking.
Quaking, shivering. Uh, but power-wise, I would say that he has pretty good power and is a fairly underrated character. And also fun-wise, I would say he's really, really fun. There's no reason not to play him. I would say he's a dapper pick. I mean, he's great, he's good, but there is gonna be obviously better.
Yeah, yeah. You got anything to add? My guy? My boy?
Not really. He kind of said everything that I was thinking. I mean, what I was gonna say is that whenever you're going against a Baldy, it's either like he said, you're either gonna see the server get wiped, or he's gonna kill like 3 people max and then fuck off.
Yeah.
But I just think Baldy is like a very fun character to play, even if it's a little technical, because it's a fun learning process.
Yeah.
I would say that he is also a dapper pick. He's pretty solid, and you can go far with him.
I also want to admit, even though I got him to silver, I do occasionally miss a good hit or two because, well, Baldi's hitbox isn't as bad as Rosemary, but it's still,
No one is as bad as Rosemary.
It's still pretty questionable.
yeah.
No one is as bad as
But,
Rosemary.
but outside of that, as long as you just get used to him and get better at actually hitting people or getting used to how Baldi hits people, I think you're settled.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of struggled
Mhm.
because like I kept going back and forth between like the very top of B and like the bottom of A. I think I'll put him in Dapper just because y'all are both kind of agreeing Dapper, but
Yeah.
like the one thing I also really enjoy about him is the fact that he doesn't play like any other character in the game, which I really like. I'll sometimes
too.
just like flex back to him just because he's like so fun to play
He's
and
different. He's
especially
very different.
when they added the chase theme for I still think the chase theme for Bald Balloon is one of the best in the game.
Yes, without a doubt.
Uh-huh.
his default chase theme I think needs redone. It's really
Ah.
old, but his Baldlude one is like really good.
I mean, does the default one surprise anybody?
No,
Not
but
really.
I think
It's Baldi. Give him a chance.
yeah, it's a Baldy theme, but like especially when I've like listened to like what they did with Jeffrey and like Valem, because those are so good. I love those
Oh, yeah.
themes.
Yeah.
So like I feel like they could start going back and kind of fixing characters like that.
So
But
what you're saying is that instead of what they got now, they should give him. Do you want to see my campfire, Willie?
yes, please, please,
Oh my
please
god.
make that his theme,
They
and
should,
I will instantly become a Baldy main. I will diamond him.
they
I
should
don't
add it
care.
to the camping skin.
Exactly. Oh, and actually that
Also-
reminds me, one other thing I want. They have a fundamental paper education skin as a recolor. I want them to make that a full skin and put it as a legendary. I would buy the
Oh.
crap out of that.
Well, actually, speaking about skins, one thing I want them to do, I want them to make a skin that's based off of Baldur in the game.
That too, please.
Boulder.
That would be peak.
Boulder.
Anyways, moving on with the Oni, right?
Aoni.
Oh, on me.
Oni.
Okay, Aoni, I low-key kind of said, at least with my rankings, I put him in easy wipe. I think that a good Aoni
Oh yeah.
can clear a server. It's not even close.
Oh yeah.
Like,
No, definitely.
even,
There's not really much you can do against an Oni besides pick up a med kit. Because you're never really gonna know who's who unless you're just like hyper analyzing everybody in the server. Like for Oni, it's kind of the same with Baldi. You're either gonna get a server wipe or kill a handful of people and move on, but with Oni, the server wipe potential goes up exponentially.
yeah.
I gotta say, he does have a slight learning curve in the beginning, but he
But-
still is pretty good. He has fair damage, 100 stamina. His speed may seem mediocre, but his skills make up for it. Plus, he makes it, compared to everybody else, he makes it so that you can't actually tell who's dead, at least on the top.
Yeah, you don't even get like last man standing. That's the thing. Like you don't get anything.
Yeah.
So a lot of information that you rely on, like, is just cooked. The
Yeah.
one thing that you can have for any sort of information is if you either happen to stumble across a dead body to know that, oh, they're dead. So if I see
Yeah.
someone like who's dead, run. Or you have to like auditory cues, like listening to like, you know how there's like a thud when someone dies.
Or
That's the
or
only
also you
thing
can't
Yeah.
forget. Or also you can't forget when they copy somebody who's alive, but that person that's alive is also right there with you.
Exactly. Yeah, like you'd have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So you either have to play like Vita Mimic, where you're constantly grouped up, or you just kind of have to pray that you don't get spotted.
Yeah.
The thing
There
that I
is a
will also
little.
say is that it's very. I noticed that it's very hard to break chase without Oni on like more condensed maps, like FNAF 3 or like the Pillars. Like
Oh, yeah.
if
Well,
you're
yeah.
being chased by Oni, good luck. Good luck breaking chase. You just have to hope he finds somebody else, and you're not getting told.
Yeah, even with like upgrades, because I know people are starting to like actually start running upgrades. Even with upgrades, it is really hard because he'll just chase you down with his shapeshift, hit you, and then when he gets like half stamina, he'll just pop his Oni vision and get like, I don't know, 25, 30 stamina back. And by the time he runs out of stamina, you're huffing and puffing like you have lung cancer.
Yeah.
You're
So,
cooked.
despite how
No,
simple his skills is, there is surprisingly a good learning curve. Because I'll admit, when I first started him, I really did want to play him, but I knew that I was ass with him. But as soon as I realized that even though his stamina feels mediocre at times, it is really good because both shapeshift and Oni vision. Because I'll only regen stamina, plus it will highlight the player, and shift will give you increased sprint speed too, so there's that also.
And like, okay, the other thing I would say, I had fun rating wise, I had him at A+, because he's not good because he's strong. He's good because he's strong, but he's also fun. Like I
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
have fun playing. The only time I think I don't like playing him is like on the Joy of Creation, and that's just because I think the Joy of Creation is a bad map in general. It's probably my least favorite map in the game. So like outside of that one occasion where you get Ao Oni on the Joy of Creation, any other map he's really fun. So
Mhm.
and his cosmetics are really good. Like I love
Yeah,
how
he,
his
he has a
cosmetics.
pretty aight skin.
Like
They even added his classic recently.
his classic skin is great. I
The,
really like his
the,
voodoo skin from Halloween. I think that one's
yeah,
really good.
Oh
they
yeah,
even got
all of
the
his skins are pretty good, and his buff skin, I love that one.
The
It's
buff
funny.
skin is so
yes,
good.
yeah, they added his buff skin. They even got I don't remember his name, but they did add the main character from the actual game as the diamond skin.
Yeah, which I think that one's really cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And he's the only character, if I'm not mistaken, to have two starting skins as well. The normal one and the blue color.
yes, actually,
So you even get like additional customization right off the get-go, which I think is awesome.
yeah.
So
They probably should do that with more characters. Like if it's just a
I think so
reskin,
too.
make
I-
it
yeah.
free.
Yeah.
There's a couple characters who could definitely benefit from a little bit of something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else?
Anything else?
That's
No,
pretty much it.
Huh?
I think that's settled.
All right, Foggy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fogger,
I
the
okay.
fogger.
This might be my
The
first kind
fag.
of hot take. I had him as very middle of the road.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like,
With Fogborn, it's not. I mean, even a good Fogborn is gonna struggle against both good survivors, and Fogborn is also a very map-dependent killer. Because
yes.
on certain maps, like you're not gonna be able to do anything against like a good team of survivors. And also, I just feel like Fogborn. I feel like he would be fun to play, but it would just be frustrating after a while because the Fogborn is the kind of character where you lose a lot on him and you just start getting frustrated
Yeah.
because, he's supposed to be like, he's gimmicky.
He's a
he's got a
very
gimmick.
yes.
Yeah. And the thing is,
But,
I
like,
do like
at
the
the
fact
same
that I do
time-
like his gimmick. It is interesting
But
because it
at the
basically
same
is the
time,
equivalent of a weakening angel.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's got his gimmick, but at the same time, it's a very exploitable gimmick. Like,
All it takes is
Basically-
looking 90 degrees and his entire gimmick shatters.
Basically,
you have to.
his character is too dependent on his gimmick. As soon as you understand it, he struggles
Yeah.
immediately.
I still feel bad because actually a couple days ago I played against a Fogborn who didn't realize the map was Fazbear's Fright. Yeah, he did not do good.
Oh God, that's what I was gonna say. Any map with like tight corners or compressed spaces, it's like the exact opposite of Ao Oni. How Ao Oni thrives on those maps, Fogborn
Yeah.
dies
Like
on those maps.
suffers, yeah. Like
Yeah, and-
yeah.
On the contrary, though, I feel like a lot of Fogborn's skins are really fucking good.
I actually
Mhm.
had that. I had his cosmetics at A+. Like the John skin. Tell me the John skin isn't one of the best skins in the game.
It's one of the best.
Well,
skins in the game.
cosmetic wise, yeah, he's pretty good cosmetic wise. Like even the I don't know what you would call the blue ones, but the blue ones, some of them were actually kind of neat, I guess.
Yes, like
Yeah.
the rare ones, even some of the rare ones are
Yeah.
pretty good. I like all the
Even-
Minecraft references, like
Yeah, I was
Skulk.
about to say he has
Mhm.
Minecraft skins. Doesn't he have like 2 or 3?
I think it's here, let me double check, but I think it's 3. I mean, he is based on a Minecraft mod, so like it makes sense, but
Well,
they did
yeah.
really good with his skins. I can't even
And
argue.
they even recently added
yeah.
they even recently added the fucking what's this called?
Oh, 5 Minecraft skins. 3 of them being recolors, but 5 Minecraft skins, and then they added the Prowler, yeah.
Yeah.
And then 6 if you count John, but
Oh right,
that's,
yeah.
I mean,
there's
it's more of a reference to
Self,
FNF, so
Occur. Watcher, Herobrine.
Yeah, there's a crap ton. Dude, his skins are so good. But like, that's the only good thing going for him. Everything else is like so. It's either really gimmicky or just really mid.
I
And
would put him in enjoyable. I don't think
Yeah.
he's lacking.
No,
I
he's
would
not
say
lacking.
I must also say the only time that I even activate a foggy stare is because somebody else was near me and was a dumbass.
And looked at it, and then
Or
yeah, it goes for you, and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
or,
I'm just cooked for playing the game right. Awesome.
or
Mhm.
for some reason they're barely within the corner of my screen and it just activates for some reason.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like my only
But at the
other
same
problem with Fogborn is like I don't know how to make him better.
yeah.
His gimmick is so
'Cause,
specific.
I think maybe one thing they could do is remove that well, at least decrease the stamina drain, because doesn't he have a faster stamina drain for one?
He does, but I mean, you also get a lot more speed in return, so it's like I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I agree. He's enjoyable, but I don't think he'll ever have the potential to get more than enjoyable, I guess. Unless they completely rework him, which would kind of be stupid.
Yeah.
Rework one of the base characters of the game and ruin his entire gimmick.
Exactly. Like, which I don't know. I really don't
But
know what to do with it.
basically, he has a good gimmick, but it needs to be done better. But if they do anything, the game is probably fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, next up, EXE. I'm struggling with this one, because I had him at first at Easy Wipe, but
Ooh,
the
no.
more I think about it, the more he's like
No.
dapper.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
have opinions.
Well, okay, you can go first then.
You can go first. Yeah.
So, I played EXE a lot, like decent enough to understand like how it feels to play as him and against him, and I can confidently say that if you don't have good map knowledge, then you're not going to get anything done as EXE. And and as a survivor, if you don't have good map knowledge, you can easily die to an EXE just by like not knowing, oh, there's a trap there behind the Baldy door, or there's just like 7 traps in that one house on the campfire map or the campsite map, whatever it's
What?
called. But EXE has it's very easy to get a server wipe with him, but it's also very easy to flub it. Like, and also one of the things he lacks so badly in like last man standing scenarios, because as long as they're good with stamina like discipline and avoiding traps, you're just kind of cooked unless you're like the god of map knowledge. But
Yeah.
I really think he would be. That's not to say that he's a bad pick. I think EXE is a very good killer. Like his traps, and if you know what you're doing, like I said, you need to have good map knowledge. But if you know how to hide his traps, like in the one, what's the map? This Eclipse, I think it's called.
Yeah, the Eclipse, Black
Mhm.
Sun.
He's just putting like those traps like in the little foliage next to the rings is like such a super easy way to get people to step in them, and they also blend in with the floor. That's probably one of EXE's strongest maps.
I mean, it literally
But
is his map.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was saying. But
Yeah.
like, it's very easy to do good on him, but it's easy to mess it up. And I love his cosmetics too. His cosmetics are either peak or okay, but most of them are pretty good.
I just gotta,
So
I gotta say, he's the character with the best cosmetics. Screw you, MX players. Screw you, PCX players.
oh no,
EXE is the
definitely.
character with the best cosmetics, and if I hear anything
He has-
else, get out.
He
Yeah.
has the best cosmetics, but he
Out of
also
ev-
has some of the most mid ones. But most of them are good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
most
Out
put
of
him-
everybody.
I would put him in Dapper. I definitely put him in Dapper.
Yeah, cosmetics wise, he's pretty gosh darn settled.
dude.
I mean, there's like a few misses. There's a few that I don't like. I didn't really like what they did with Sonic. It just kind of felt meh to me.
Yeah.
I mean that one was also the like community one, so they didn't have much of a choice on that one, but
I mean, yeah, I
I
guess.
can kind of agree. Like I really like the concept art of Sanic way more than what they ended up putting into the game, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's like a few character skins that are just like, but most of them, yeah, he's out.
dude, he is
Uh,
godly.
uh, off rip, you already can't play him like anybody else. So
He
He's not
reminds
your
me
average
a
killer.
lot
he's
of
not your
like
average killer.
he reminds me a lot of Trapper from Dead by Daylight, where it's like you have to spend way too much time setting up traps at like the beginning of the game. Like you can get a kill or two, but
Yeah.
you have to set up traps before you can do anything. So
Yeah.
the problem with this game is that the most important time of any round is early, like the early stage,
Yeah.
the first minute, because
Yeah.
if like even one survivor gets their objective done, you're already losing time. And
Yeah.
then the more survivors that get their objectives done, the more time you lose. And now they're actually I think they're rolling a patch where there is now a max timer cap as well. So
Ooh,
you're
yeah,
losing even more time. Whereas before you could go like 4+ minutes. I think the maximum time you can have on the clock now is 3 minutes.
Yeah, here's the
Oh.
thing. I have a slight nitpick about EXE. Despite being, a Sonic character, their stamina, I mean, well, not their stamina, their sprint speed doesn't feel like what they should have, I guess.
He's slow.
He's
He's
for
very
a,
slow.
for a Sonic-based character, he's really lacking in the speed department compared to most. I mean, most times when I kill a player, I usually have to use my too slow ability or the speed boost from Corny Grave.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to chase somebody.
Well, and I think that
I mean,
also
I-
goes into the last man standing thing. It's like you can do
Yeah.
insanely well, and then you get to last man standing, and
And
it's
then
ju-
you're
and-
screwed.
by then all your traps have been wasted. You have
Yeah.
no time to put more down because now you're on last man standing. So, and I mean, most times when you get to last man standing, you have what, 30 seconds, minute maybe.
Yeah.
So you're cooked. Like,
you gotta play with EXE. You gotta play really, really smart.
yeah.
You have to plan. You have to do a lot of things that you don't do for normal killers. Like planning ahead is one thing you have to do.
Yeah. And let's be honest, it's a Roblox game. How often are you going to be playing that seriously?
I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
you're not. This
isn't
it
Dead
is a
by
game.
Daylight.
Yeah, like it's a game, but still.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that he's bad necessarily, but I wouldn't say that he's not, but necessarily not fun. I mean, I did play him to level 15, and I'm still trying to get to at least the golden skin because that's probably one of my favorite skins for him.
Mm-hmm.
But admittedly, I can't lie, he is somewhat lacking.
Yeah.
EXE out of everybody in this game is one of those hit or miss characters in a match.
I feel like he's less hit or miss than some of the characters on this list, but he does have his moment. It's mostly like the last bit. Like you
Yeah.
can do so good. You can be on top of everything. And then you get to like the last two people and there's legitimately nothing you can do.
The maps do help, and you do kind of have to play. I know I get a little annoyed when the EXE player plays like a low cheesy like on the Aoni map where the monster
my
spawns. They put like 3 traps there to block it off.
Or like on the
I would say
stairs.
that's I would say, as annoying as it is, I can kind of see why they have to do it. At the same time,
Yeah.
they really gotta. It's not like they don't want to. It's more like they have to if they really want to, succeed.
Well, yeah, he has no chase
Yeah.
potential. All his potential is in his ability to disrupt the flow of the game by trapping people or popping around a corner all of a sudden and using you're too slow and there goes half your health.
I mean, there is also the double trap, but at the same time, as much pros as it has just as many cons. Because one, when you place a trap, that's time wasted.
Let alone two.
Plus, if you're gonna be using
Mhm.
two on the same place, you're wasting traps. So at most, you're only gonna have like, what if you're gonna be using double traps all the time? You're only gonna have like 3 traps in certain areas.
Mm-hmm. Which means you then have to try and chase them into those areas, and
Yeah.
let's just be honest, good luck.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's mainly what I have to do when I play AXE. You have to set up so much beforehand, and then just hope that you can chase them into the area and that they land on it.
Yeah, and then like the other thing that sucks is when you're chasing somebody and you're doing really good, and then all of a sudden your trap goes off 2 floors down, and you're like, oh, well, there goes 20 seconds of setup
Yeah,
on,
that too.
on setting those up, getting upstairs, starting a chase, and then there goes your traps, and you literally can't do anything about it because,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
oops, you're in the wrong place
that's
at
it
the wrong
happened to
time.
me a
yeah,
lot
I
when I
mean,
played
yeah,
EXE.
I mean, at the same time, sometimes it could help. Like, sure, you're gonna waste a trap, but usually when that happens to me, I'm already chasing somebody. So at that time, it does help, but at the same time, you really need those traps.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Like
I
honestly,
feel like
the
it's more beneficial to keep like 1 or 2 in your back pocket just in case something happens that you can't control.
Yeah.
like the one
Also,
suggestion
yeah.
I would probably say is just give him like one more sprint speed. I think
Ye-
literally that's all he needs. Is just like one more sprint
Yeah.
speed to give him a little bit more potential in chase, and then
Yeah.
he would be at least manageable. Because
Yeah.
I honestly
Mhm.
think that would put him in S tier for me. Is just a
Yeah.
little bit more chase potential.
Plus his passive isn't bad either because he has a wall
Constant wall
hacks
hacks, yes.
every some
Constant.
seconds.
Yeah, and its range is like insane. I don't know the actual range. I think it's like 40 meters or
Ye-
something like that. It's insane though.
It's more
Wow,
than
okay.
I know it's more than the range that Rosemary has for her
Oh,
echolocation or
yeah,
some
for
shit.
sure. There's very few abilities that can do what EXE's passive can do.
Yeah.
At that range, anyways. Like, I think one of the
Yeah.
only abilities that comes to my head that is better is the anti-hearing tape.
Yeah.
And that's an
Yeah.
ability.
And yeah. But at the same time, his is an ability, while his is a passive, so
I'll
there's
say.
already a huge difference.
Exactly, like a passive is infinitely better.
Yeah, I was thinking either Oni Vision or anti-hearing tape.
I mean, honestly, my main complaint really is just his speed at times, because it feels like he should be faster than how fast he is.
Yeah. Like I would
And usually that's the downfall.
I think Dapper Pick is like he's right there. He's right
Dapper?
there.
Yeah. He's not lacking, and he is enjoyable,
Oh,
but
100%.
at the same time, he does have his flaws,
He
very
has
obvious
he
flaws.
has his flaws, and they're a lot more glaring than certain characters. Like there are some characters who
Yeah.
have flaws, but they're pretty easy to
Yeah.
play around. His is like if his is just entirely uncontrollable at times. If you don't have a
Yeah.
trap, you're kind of done.
All right, I think that's a good point. But
Yeah.
real quick, before
Yeah.
we start actually no. Did Uncle Samsonite really get a rework besides, the doors?
Not really. I mean, the only thing with him is that you can also now see how much your dance meter is again, which is nice.
Yeah, that.
But
Because I was about to say, are we gonna do like before that update and then
No.
after that update?
no, we're just
or
gonna
just-
do straight ball on it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay, sure. All right, Cookie, you could go.
Okay. Again, Uncle Samsonite is kind of one of those characters where it's all or nothing. Like, you're very easy to get a squad wipe, very easy to flub it, and he's again also pretty damn map dependent. But playing against a good Uncle Samsonite feels like one of the most oppressive characters because he can freeze you in place, then punch you, throw you into his domain, and then you're just kind of cooked unless you like somehow fall next to the door, which is like the
Yeah.
only time I've ever gotten out of a domain is just I got lucky.
And
But-
the other thing with that is even now with the rework, he can just go to the door and keep chasing you. since it's no longer
Yeah.
random. So like you go through the
Yeah.
door, you happen to survive all of that, and you're right back in chase.
Yeah.
And then you can still get two tapped.
Yeah, and by then
I-
you're
I
probably
also-
half out of stamina. So
But
Yeah.
have fun.
I will say, Uncle Samsonite playing as him is actually pretty decent if you know what you're doing, and it's not like other characters that kind of can get less value in Last Man Standing. Uncle Samsonite can do really good in Last Man Standing from what I've seen, just because his abilities are so oppressive. Like,
Mm-hmm.
again, it's kind of a thing where it's like a skill level. If you're going against good survivors, then I would say just good luck, because
Yeah.
he is kind of easy to outrun, and it's very easy to outrun his range of like filling up the dance meter. But
Yeah.
overall, I would say that Uncle Samsonite. Also cosmetics. I really like some of his skins, but some of his skins are shit. Like the new one that they put out, where it's meant to be like him from the YouTube series, it's really ugly.
Oh yeah. I mean, sure, it is accurate because
It's
Well,
accurate, but it's just
if you look at the series and you look at the skin, I mean, you
It's
can't
pretty
complain. But at the same
one-to-one.
time, at the same time, this shit is indeed ugly.
Well, and like,
Yeah.
okay, even with like Ao Oni and Fuwadi, theirs was accurate, but it still looked good at least.
Yeah.
His is
I mean,
just rough.
I mean, his classes, besides his classic skin, he does still have a fair amount of decent skins too. Like, he has
Yeah.
Queso. He has fucking Queso.
That
Which-
best one of
It's
the
his-
greatest skins in the game.
It's his best one, but it's limited. Like, no one can buy it.
Yeah. He also has I think he has a few reference skins to other things
Mhm,
based
he
off the
does.
lore.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's
Like-
got the Shrek one, which is like okay, but
Yeah.
I had his cosmetics as one of the lowest on my list of cosmetic
Yeah,
rankings.
it's very hit or miss, and those hits are few and far between.
Yeah, that's fair. I one thing I never understood when I started playing the game is why he has the cape. I don't know if that's a lore thing or not.
I actually
I
don't
don't.
know.
I don't
know
remember.
I
I
think
don't
it's
remember
just a thing to make it
seeing.
like in their style, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, true. Because I don't remember seeing him having a cape at all in the actual YouTube series.
No, I don't think he does.
Yeah, not to my
what-
knowledge.
I only recently played him. Well, started playing him, as you guys know. I do want to add on to one thing Corgi mentioned, the hit and then teleport. Even with that, that's not technically true because you can still miss that at times.
Yeah,
Well-
I mean,
Yeah, it's
I mean-
very hard to miss that, and if you
I mean,
miss
yeah,
a hit
it's-
on a
it-
stationary, if you miss a hit on a stationary target, then you have to start looking inward.
I mean, yeah.
you might want to start looking at the fast food application if you're missing
I'm
those
sorry to
hits.
sound mean, but like the
It's-
amount of times I've been
and-
frozen by an Uncle Samsonite and him flubbing the hit has got to be like damn near zero.
Yeah,
Admittedly, when I first started him, I honestly didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
well, and
I
yeah, it's when you're level 1, it's a very different
gonna say,
situation
yeah.
than when even like level 5 is gonna play
Yeah.
super different than level 1.
I would say one thing that they did do, domain travel, actually knowing where you could go, or at least seeing better, that's definitely a plus for him.
Yeah, he needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do, even though despite who he is, despite being a character that you of course have to play it differently, you have to play him differently in a good way, and I have no complaints when I really play him. Besides, actually no, I don't really got complaints when I play him. Anything really? Honestly, I don't know about Curry, but whenever I'm in the domain, I honestly get out pretty easily, unless I was already like low health before he teleported me into it. That's the only time I
Yeah,
die in
that's
his
the thing.
domain.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. Like, that's why it's so valuable to hit them before you send them to your domain, because like it's just a one tap,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
unless you can like fall or run quick enough to the door, then you're just kind of cooked.
Yeah. Plus at first I didn't. At first, when I first played it, I was like, he's a character that doesn't have wall hacks. But then I realized, as long as the survivors have dance meter, he does actually see them. So that's already good. That's pretty good.
It's
Mhm.
actually more than that. All you gotta do is like go in your domain, go to a door, and you can see them now. You don't even need dance
That
meter.
too, yeah.
So you
I
kind
mean
of have
before
constant wall
I'm-
hacks.
I mean before you needed dance meter, but
Yeah. Now you just have it
Yeah.
almost all the
but
time.
now you actually have more options for wall hacks.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say my favorite skill though is beat laydown, mainly because but even though he
Lay down
doesn't,
the beat.
even though his sprint speed isn't the best, it really does make up for his sprint speed.
Yeah, like if you actually can land that, and what I've seen a lot now is people are learning his combo, where like you'll use that, and then if you don't get somebody with that, you'll just use your stomp. 9 times out of 10, you'll get them with that. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say he's a. I wouldn't say. Actually, what is an easy wipe again?
that's S tier.
Right, yeah. I would say he's a dapper pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would either. I'm kind of struggling between putting him in enjoyable and easy pick because it's, or not easy pick, a dapper pick.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know if he's a dapper
Mm.
pick because like I said, it's
Yeah.
he is a hit or miss character, but that miss potential is a lot bigger than his hit potential, just
Well,
based
the
on
reason
his very exploitable weaknesses.
the reason that I would say dapper hit, and when I say dapper, I mean like the law of dapper, is mainly because when I play him, I do have a lot of fun in him.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I guess
we
that's
can
really all
put
that
him-
matters.
we can adjust
Yeah.
things later too, because
I mean,
I'm
if
kind of
it
struggling with
yeah.
that too.
If it was, I will say when I first started at him, if we were doing this when I first started with him, I would have probably said enjoyable, I guess, but now they get to know him a
His
little bit.
rework
Yeah,
definitely made him feel better too. I will say
that
that.
too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
His rework, like,
Yeah.
I've played it a couple times now, and his rework is exponentially better than how he played before. Like,
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now I have the same question for Sprint Trap because Sprint Trap got like
okay.
3 different updates because he had this
Yeah, there's
he had the
Springtrap
walk and
is
then
a
the
very
ventilation,
different beast.
and then he got the other 2 abilities, and then he got one ability remove. So are we gonna? So
Okay, so
What was my
I'm
job?
going based off of his current state, which has
Current
technically
state.
4 abilities.
yes, okay, yes.
If this was like pre all the reworks, he would be going and lacking, and it's not even close. I hate it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
I
the,
hated it.
Before the reworks, he was so oppressive to go against because it's just, oh, I can't see. Oh, there's an axe in my
that
ass.
was literally the only thing about Sprint Trap. It was just literally blending with you.
Yeah, you get blinded, and then you're suddenly getting jump scared, and then you get 2-tapped, and there was literally nothing you could do the entire time because you couldn't
But-
see the entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, but rework state, I think he is a lot more manageable and a lot more fun to play as,
Yeah.
and both it doesn't feel super unfair to play against him. And I also want to I'm gonna go real quick. Playing against him as a survivor, I feel like I said it's not as oppressive as it was before. It can still be annoying, but it's definitely not as bad as it was beforehand. Playing as him, it's so much less monotonous and like slow, and it feels so much better. And I also really, really love his cosmetics, like
Oh
all
my
the
gosh,
references
his
riddled in
cosmetics
there.
are so good.
He has,
Yeah.
I would say he's like second best cosmetics in the game next to EXE.
I don't know if I would say that, but he's definitely like top 5 for me.
He's up there. He's up
He's
there.
Yeah.
up there. Like,
I would
There's
probably
a-
put
okay.
him. I'd put him in Dapper. I'd put him
Yeah.
in
'Cause-
Dapper. Like
'cause
maybe
you got him,
maybe,
'cause-
maybe like
'cause-
right above Uncle, like right above Baldy.
Because you gotta even admit, even for the rare skins, I honestly, I don't mind the first 4, which is literally based off of the
the
4
first
main
one.
characters,
Yeah.
which is already pretty cool. Admittedly, I haven't played as him yet, but I have played against him many
Many
times.
times.
But from what I've seen, well, one thing I gotta admit, I did like what they. Well, I shouldn't say I liked what they did. I liked how they dealt with the new ability, which is technically two abilities in one, but depending on the
Mhm.
circumstance. I think that was pretty cool. And I think I would want to see that again in a maybe different character. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or I wonder if they would do
Yeah.
it again. Originally, probably the most annoying character or least skilled character, but nowadays it requires more skill. And ventilation error isn't really as much as a problem as it used to be. Axe toss, admittedly from what I've seen, speaking about last time me and Kit played,
Oh god.
despite how finicky axe toss is, because apparently you can be right up to them and somehow miss them point blank, which is what
Remember
happened to
that.
me.
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay.
Despite how finicky axe toss is,
Yeah, that low-key pissed me off.
I would say technically it does help with his character, because he is pretty close up. Because the only range he had was Phantom Walk, but I mean I don't really see what's the word I'm looking for? I mean I see most people escaping Phantom Walk, and that is mostly just chase.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's very chase heavy, but like
Yeah.
so pre-rework, I never played him. I thought he was terrible. I hated it. I hated his whole concept. The only thing I liked about him was his cosmetics. And then post
Okay,
rework,
Shrimp.
yeah, shut up. Post rework, I said, okay, I'll actually try it a little bit. I might get him to silver eventually. And I started playing him mostly on maps like the Joy of Creation, which I will say is probably one of his worst maps as well. But,
The irony.
and this is a huge but, post rework Springtrap is so slept on. It is kind of cheesy how easy it is to get a team wipe.
Cheesy watermelon.
Oh, shut up.
One. Shut
Man,
up.
Chacho. Man, Chacho. But, like, okay, I can't tell you how amazing I feel when I land an axe throw on somebody. Because, like, the one thing I will say
Unless it's
about him,
point
my only nitpick is that his hitbox is utter trash. But when you actually hit it, it feels so good. It's just like, come here, boy. Yee!
I also
Wanting.
want to say that Springtrap's chase theme is probably one of my favorites, just because of how fucking intense and chaotic it is.
Yeah, both his normal one and his Christmas one, both of them.
Yeah,
are
I love
so
I
good.
love all of his chase themes. It's just like
One.
it makes it feel like an actual chase. Like that's like a theme. That's a theme that you would hear in like a fan made Five Nights at Freddy's short film.
I also
Yeah.
want to try. I made 2 quarters. It's also a mix on Axtro.
Yeah, axe throw and
I
his
must
grab.
say, Axtro. It does come in really handy because, well, I mean, this is more of a personal thing, but sometimes I forget that he actually can throw the axe. But either way, axe toss is a good way to catch somebody off guard while still
Yeah.
doing good damage.
Like
But
I feel like one thing that you would be able to do is use Phantom Walk to see people running around a corner and then quickly throw your axe to hit them as they're going around the corner.
Yeah.
But especially if it's a long hurdle. But the one thing I don't
Yeah.
like is the fact after learning, for some reason, Springtrap doesn't actually have to go to the axe to retrieve it, which I think is a little stupid.
It's
Yeah,
magnetic. Don't worry. He just turned into Magneto.
I will say about mechanical slam. Shut up.
Man.
About the mechanical slam, I don't really. I think I've only seen like 1 or 2 Springtrap actually use the move out besides everybody else immediately going to get back their axe.
And this is
to
what
train
I
it.
and this is what I mean when I say he's so slept on, because mechanical slam is sometimes the only reason I'll get a kill. Mechanical slam is actually so slept on because if
Yeah.
okay, axe throw is really buggy right now. So if you throw your axe, you miss it, whatever. You pop Phantom Walk as they start running because you've already got them running at that point. So then you're not using stamina, but they are. You get your stamina back with ventilation error, and then once they run out of stamina, you just basically you can combo them. You
Yeah,
pop your
that too.
mechanical
That
slam,
too.
you do like what, 70 damage, 75, and then you just quickly pop another punch. They're done. There's literally nothing
Yeah,
they can do.
For me,
Absolutely.
when I
Oh.
finally decide to play Springtrap, I think the main things that I'm gonna be doing is ventilation error. No, how it works. Whenever I use a ventilation error, because they're gonna be blinded, I feel like it's the best time for me to use axe toss. And
Yeah.
whenever I don't have the axe, I'm probably gonna be mainly doing phantom walk into mechanical slam as basically a jump scare. Because mechanical slam does a meaty damage.
It's again, it's just so slept on. It's so slept on.
Also, I just want to say one thing. He's a problem with, well, I don't mean in a bad way, but double trouble with Springtrap is a low problem.
Oh yeah.
I mean, okay, that's kind of hard because almost every monster in the game becomes a literal
No,
nightmare in
I
Double
mean,
Trouble.
I mean
so-
because specifically he adds damage to the other monsters left. Like,
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like you could say that like I would say EXE instantly becomes one of the best monsters in the game if you're talking Double Trouble. So like
I mean, yeah, of
it's
course,
kind of hard
he's
to
a-
Oh,
it's
yeah,
kind of hard to
no,
rank
I-
someone Double Trouble wise because
yeah,
you flip
there
flop
are
half the roster.
monsters. There are
I'm-
monsters that
yeah.
are really hit or miss and like single player, but put them in Double Trouble.
With like any character, and then suddenly
Yeah.
they turn into a problem.
Yeah,
But
I'm saving my notions for a certain character on that though. That will be coming up soon.
Yeah. I would say specifically though, out of I just want to add, so far the characters that I love playing on Double Trouble is EXE.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
EXE, Uncle Samsonite.
Yep.
Yep.
I think I probably would play a Stern Shop.
Yep.
Forest King.
Yep.
Fuwati if I'm feeling a little bit silly.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yup.
Nilo and Inkfell
Keep going.
are probably pretty
Keep
good
going. Yep.
picks.
Okay.
And
Yep.
I guess you could add Valum to that too, since they have a
Yep.
similar ability to the Portal and the Bull.
What I
And
find
definitely
also
Jeff Ward.
Oh yeah, and Jeff. What I find funny too is a lot of the characters who are like really problematic as solo monsters become just completely useless in Double Trouble.
Oh, wait,
There's a
fuck,
certain-
I forgot.
Yep.
There's
wait,
a certain
I forgot
character.
one more. I forgot one more. Alwani. He's really good in Double Trouble.
See,
Oh, he's good.
I would
Yeah.
actually disagree. I think Alaoni is actually
Yeah.
really bad in Double Trouble, and another character is PCX.
You think so?
I
Mm.
think PCX
PCX,
and
yeah.
Alaoni in Double Trouble, for whatever reason, maybe this is just my experience, but those two specifically are super good in Solo Monster. Outside of PCX now, PCX sucks now, but
Mm.
in Double Trouble, for
Uh,
whatever reason, they just crap their brains, and there's nothing they can do.
It's not you.
It's not you. I don't understand how like such good characters can turn into such shit characters when there's another monster.
And then vice
I don't-
versa.
I
Like,
feel like it's
I feel like it's a mental thing because everybody's already like on edge. It's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, it's Double Trouble. There's two of them now, and they're already
Yeah.
gonna be like their hand is hovering over the shift button, just like I'm ready to fucking run. And characters like Aoni and PCX thrive when nobody knows where you are and nobody knows what's going
Yeah.
on, but everybody's already ready to run.
yeah.
I mean, the only
exactly.
reason I say Alwani on Double Trouble is my personal experience. Usually, what happens for me is that people are so focused on the other monster, they forget about me, especially when I'm shift.
Well, that's true, yeah. And like that's kind of a rare exception. I almost never see
Yeah.
that though. Like most
That's-
Alaonis are
That's what mainly happens with me. That's why I say Alwani.
yeah, like most Alaonis I
But-
see, they kind of just play on their own still, and I think that's what makes them like really crappy. Is that if you try to play solo as Alaoni on Double Trouble, you're just gonna lose. You don't have the time.
yeah.
So if you team up, wow, Double Trouble teaming up, oh my god.
I will say
Oh my
though,
God.
one of the most dangerous Double Troubles well, in my opinion, seen so far is EXE and PCX for some odd reason. I don't know why.
The Sonic duo.
That's actually kind of
Yeah.
surprising, but
I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, whenever I have a double trouble and it's when I'm playing double trouble and it's the Sonic duo, it's
I-
usually a server wipe.
I mean, it
I
makes sense,
feel
but
like, I mean, yeah, but like they're both oppressive characters. But I feel like a combo that I see more often than not. Well, not nowadays, but like I saw it and it happened to me a lot. Was EXE and Fuwadi.
yeah, that one was pretty impressive.
I was saving this for when I was going to talk about Fuwadi, but Fuwadi and EXE are because one of them's a wild card and the other one's a trapper. Especially on on a condensed map like FNAF 3, like all you have to do is have Fuwadi chase people around, and one of them's gonna hit a trap eventually.
My mind was thinking dungeon the entire time you were saying that. I was like,
That
dude,
too,
dungeon,
that too.
you're screwed.
I see what Corgi means because especially if somebody's trapped, that's literally the perfect moment for the Fuwati to just use their rush. So already that's a big
I don't want to
fat
talk.
chunk
I
of
don't
their
want to
health.
talk a lot about Fuwadi because I have a lot of.
But
opinions on Fuwadi.
at the same time,
Okay, Fuwadi, mate.
before we switch, at the same time, I've never seen that combo before.
I have a couple times, and yeah, there's server wipes.
I've banned the combo.
Yeah, most
I've been in the
most of the
combo.
double troubles I see are either new characters, Vapor Rosemary, because like obviously everyone has Vapor Rosemary, or I'll see a lot of PCX and MX, just because like
Alright.
the Mario
Yeah.
Sonic duo. But
Yeah,
The-
surprisingly,
X is
those
the
duos
the
usually
Elon Musk.
suck.
yeah. Usually the MX PX duo ironically sucks. Main reason people pick it anyway is just Sonic Mario.
Yeah,
Why not? Oh my god, they end
Yeah.
with X. Oh my god, it's perfect.
yeah.
Oh my God, Elon Musk named them
Gas.
X.
Gas.
Okay.
Speaking of
Uh,
X,
Speaking of X,
MX.
Actually, before you two start,
Jinx.
I'm gonna leave MX to you guys since I don't even have him bought. Enjoy.
Okay, well,
okay.
can I just say that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's fair.
I think
Between
every single time, yeah.
between his high damage primary, like he's a heavy hitter, both with his charge and his primary,
And that jump, you can clear a lot of ground in like a few seconds or like less than a second. Especially on like again, shorter maps. Like MX on like the maze, like the pillars. Good fucking luck to you.
I think
Yeah.
honestly it's just any map. He has the kit for any map. He makes maps
No.
that monsters usually
Yeah.
struggle on. A
he has
cakewalk.
really good.
Like-
He's really good on any map, but there are other maps
That somehow just push that to like the absolute maximum.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
MX,
he is one of the strongest characters
He
in
always
this game. I
has
mean,
been. He always has
charging
been.
Always
the mice. Every time I've hit a charge, no, every time I've seen charging the mice, it usually takes them with you, and that usually leads to death.
See, and that was gonna be the
And-
one thing I also say about MX, and I think this is one reason why everyone is so scared of him. His hitbox. Oh my god, I don't know what is wrong with his hitbox, but I swear to god it is the size of a semi-truck. I had a game yesterday, and I think I even talked about this with you guys. I had a game yesterday
I think I know what you're gonna say.
on the Pillars map. I was against
oh,
an
that one.
MX. I was 2 whole pillars away from him, and I wasn't lagging. I checked, I had 60 FPS. My game settings were fine, my Wi-Fi was fine. I got hit from 2 pillars away, and somehow got killed. From a
Yeah,
basic
you can.
attack,
Yeah,
not from
Yeah, that's what
charging
I
demise,
said. That's what I
not from
said
slam.
earlier. Where like
MX already
I think
takes
just,
so much space with his character, and also don't forget the pow hop. I mean, sure, if you're far away, it's kind of just there because the only thing you're
That's
really
why
gonna
I
be
was
doing is
saying-
jumping now.
Yeah,
But
it's so easy to close distance at
yeah.
MX. He's a very chase heavy character. It's
yeah.
so easy to
close distance. And
Also,
and he
don't forget.
thrives.
Also,
He also thrives on Last Man Standing.
yeah, that's
It's
it.
just
That's
like-
what I was gonna say.
there is nothing that you can do when you're hit last man standing against MX unless you have like 10 seconds left.
Also, don't forget he not only is he a huge gap closer, he even has an insta kill if he lands the power hit correctly.
Yeah,
Yep.
which is rare, but still.
It's
And
it's rare, but still,
The
that's a
only
pretty
downside-
strong option.
yeah, he has.
The only
I
downside, I would. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were about to say it. Go, go, go.
The only downside I would say to MX is like I said, he thrives on most maps, and even smaller maps. But on those smaller maps, if you use your charge incorrectly, you can just get sidestepped, and then you're completely out of position, and you have to waste
yeah.
a couple seconds.
But
Oh yeah, Charge just has his pawns because as soon as you get into
He struggles with corners he struggles with corners, but it's easy to rebound it too.
yeah,
I
it's easy
also-
to
I-
rebound it, and on top of that, a good MX just straight up won't use the charge on maps
Yeah.
that don't
yeah.
like that aren't good with them. So
I
he'll just
will also
rely
say
on his or
one
his
thing.
stomp.
I will say one thing. One weakness I find with MX personally is whenever he uses a charge, when they hit the wall and they're stunned in the wall animation or whatever, is usually the time that I just completely disappear and escape them.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, usually
so you
that's
do
when you
also
know
have
it's
to
a
be
bad
smart with. So yeah, you do have to be smart with charging demise, but when it gets you,
Good luck. Good.
Good luck.
And okay, on top of that, one thing that also hasn't been mentioned, he has like 0 downtime because when he gets a kill, he sees everybody for like what is it, 5 seconds. So if
You're also
you get
you're,
a kill, then I mean, granted, like you're not obviously gonna be getting kills 5 seconds at a time, but when you get a kill, you see everybody, so you know exactly where to go next.
yeah,
There
you're
is no
forgetting
downtime on
something.
him.
You're forgetting something.
What am I forgetting?
It refreshes all his cooldowns.
Oh yeah, it also refreshes all his cooldowns.
Oh,
That's true.
yeah.
I mean, granted, it's not as helpful as the wall hacks, but still.
Yeah, still.
But yeah, so you get all your cooldowns back, so you're basically already ready for your next chase, and you know exactly where to go next. There are
Again.
very, very few monsters who can do what he
Mhm.
does. I think the only one off the top of my head who does anything like that is Forest King. Just instantly knows where to go next. But that's because Forest King's wall hacks are absurd, and they're one of the only other killers I think goes in easy wipe. But we'll get to that.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Also, I want to
Yes.
say his cosmetics are also really good. Yes, I'll give MX players the benefit of the doubt. His cosmetics are good.
I don't want to talk
For
about
the most part.
cosmetics. The only comment I have
See,
on
really the only,
cosmetics for
really the
MX
only
is
MX skins that I know are Mr. Virtual, and like the community one, and those are pretty good. I haven't really taken a closer look at his other cosmetics, but from what I've seen, he's got very good ones. Like
He's
the
got-
Bowser one, like
yes.
that one's supposed to be the Bowser one.
I
run
just
the
want to
Bowser
say
one.
I just want to say one thing. I keep hearing he has good cosmetics, and I probably know that he does. But the only ones I see people just news is like 2 or 3, being the Luigi one, Mr. Virtual, or the Kip. Those are the only 3 that I see. out of
Previously, Mr.
everybody.
Virtual. I don't think anybody runs Mr. Virtual after
No,
they got rid of
nobody
his
runs
thing.
Mr. Virtual anymore.
Well, yeah.
All the Mr. Virtual players went to the Bowser skin, but like the thing
I
is,
still
though,
haven't
he
seen
has
anybody do the Bowser
great-
skin
He
yet.
has amazing skins. Like
Yeah, then you
Mr.
haven't played
Virtual
with
is
Kit
still
because he
a
always
great
runs
skin.
that.
Bowser skin is
Yeah.
great. Plumber skin is great. NDS system is great. His gold skin is great. His diamond skin's okay. Like, he's got so many good skins. I will give him that. I think that there are characters with better skins, but he's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Alright, next up, the other Mario character, aka the femboy of the game.
Actually,
Yeah,
Woohoo!
I don't know if I agree with that.
I think, okay, let me just, okay, I'll put him, like, kind of, like,
You-
right here for now. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
I
say...
thought you meant because I said I thought you meant because I said the femboy of the game.
I mean, okay, listen. Yes,
Listen.
but
Listen.
I think, personally speaking, and I have played both MX and Forest King a lot, Forest King is power-wise the best character in the game. I will die on that hill. I do not care. I think that MX is not the strongest monster. It is Forest King.
Okay.
Best
I
best
will
wall hacks
say
in the
that
game.
Forest King probably is the strongest in the
Yeah,
game, but
I
Forest
wholeheartedly
King's
agree.
weak. I also think that Forest King's weaknesses are so glaringly big that it's very difficult to pop off unless you're going against zombies.
I mean,
See, I disagree because I haven't played a lot of Forest King recently, but when I played Forest King to get to silver, I don't think I lost a single game. It
yeah,
was brain
I
dead easy.
I mean,
Forest King
yeah,
is
for
without the
me,
doubt one of the top strongest characters of the game. It's just the fact that not a lot of people surprisingly pick them because I don't even know why people
Because
don't pick them.
not Mario, not Sonic.
Yeah,
I
true.
feel I don't know about her honestly because from what I've seen, I haven't played her, but from what I've seen going against them, once you understand how to like dodge her or him, whatever the fuck, to dodge them, it's like
Transgender, get them
easy.
right.
It's so easily exploitable. Like even with the homing skull thingies, I just feel like it's super easy to just ooh, I'm going this way now. Ooh,
See,
I'm going
okay,
this way now.
and that's where I disagree because, like, okay, the thing with MX is that his skill ceiling is really low. Once you know how to play MX, you get free value all the time. Forest King, you do have to put a little bit of thought into, because, like, you need to know where to put your skulls. You do need to land your shots, which isn't always easy. But when you can do that, it is nigh impossible to not know where people are, and it is nigh
Yeah.
impossible to lose. I cannot tell you how easy it was for me to just get hit after hit after. It didn't matter what map I was on. It didn't matter
Yeah.
if I was solo. It didn't matter if it was double trouble. It didn't matter what lobby I was in. I team wiped every
Yeah.
single.
The highest skill ceiling in this game definitely probably deservedly goes to the Forest King because when I first even when I first started and I didn't really know her technical side, I easily killed half the server. And then when I understood the nitty gritty and more recently figured out you can actually aim glitchy bullets, I've server wiped every single time so far because, well, even though you have to actually aim with glitchy bits, so far, I I rarely miss one. I rarely miss them. Plus, lurking facade is, my god.
Yeah, the thing with Lurking Facade is, like, you don't really, like, as a survivor, you think it's gonna be a crappy ability, because, like, you know where it is at all times, you hear where it is at all times, and you're only getting
And it's
hit by
not the
it if it's...
and it's not even the fastest.
And yeah, it's not fast at all, it's really easy to dodge, and if you get hit by it, it's probably because you were standing still. However, Lurking Facade is not used to ensnare people. Lurking Facade is used for wall hacks to just keep hitting your glitching blitz over and over and over and over again. If you play Forest King like that, I swear to God, you cannot lose.
Also, mind you,
I mean,
one
I may
thing
just be going against like crappy Forest Kings, but there was this one game that I remember where it was like I think they were like a gold or close to diamond Forest King, and I think they killed like 3 people playing exactly how you described it. I don't know
They might just
if
suck.
if
They
I
might
was gonna
just
say
suck,
they might just suck, but all the Forest Kings I've seen, both good ones, obviously good ones, and obviously like starters, it's either a server wipe or they rarely pop off at all.
I must one thing I gotta say about the lurking facade, the main thing that I just do is have one chase them, and then I put in another one, which is the one that they actually run into, and not the one chasing them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only
Yeah.
reason I would even remotely have Forest King lower than MX is because Forest King's cosmetics are kind of mediocre, but power
Also,
is
don't
easily better. And in my
Yeah.
personal experience, I have some of the most fun in the game playing Forest King. So maybe I'm just a Forest
Yeah.
King main. I don't
and
know.
you can't forget the fact and it's small but still it's still there. When you're not sprinting, you actually do more damage.
That too, yeah. So like if you do on the off chance ensnare somebody, you can get even more damage, kill them even quicker, lower the amount of downtime you have in chase. It's just stupid. It's stupid good. But yeah, cosmetics kind of suck also.
Yeah,
There-
cosmetics.
There's like two, maybe two good skins. That's it. Merde. It's all merde. It always was merde.
Man.
And like their only good skins are also limiteds. Like I really liked
the Iron.
the Mrs. Claus skin and the pumpkin
Oh
skin.
yeah, I used
Both
that one a
limited.
lot.
I will say the noble one's pretty good, the one in like the blue dress, but
Oh,
also,
Yeah.
it's just mid. Like I don't know, very mid. But like other than
It's
that,
mid.
pretty good.
Either in the end, the conclusion, Femboy is high.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
All right, Wisty boy. I have
Isn't
a
it-
lot of opinions, so I'll let y'all go first.
Wait, wait, we're not. Oh, I thought we were going in game order because isn't it Nilo and then Wisp?
I'm just going the order that's on my screen here. So,
Yeah. Who cares?
all right.
You could go first, Kate. You played him the most.
See, I'm very opinionated. So,
You go first.
all right. Well, I have a pretty hot
Do it.
take. Then, I personally think that Wist is up here.
Yeah.
It's the only there's like okay. The only reason I think that Wist isn't any higher than this is because Wist is very map dependent. Like, I wouldn't even say very map dependent. It's just like somewhat map dependent. There's like a couple maps
Yeah.
that Wist is guaranteed to struggle on. The one that comes to mind immediately is hide and seek. That map is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
bad for Wist because you cannot get your bombs anywhere. But if a good Wist player is like literally will make me quake in my boots every time. Their power level is insane. They can basically one tap with their bombs. Their bombs do 40 damage, so it only takes 2
Yeah.
bombs to bone break. And I think it only takes 3 normal hits to bone break. So their damage is pretty consistent. They have wall hacks, which makes them really good. They can make their speed faster, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
They're really fun to play. I love the crap out of playing Wist. Oh my god. I love
Yeah.
Wist. The cosmetics are like the only thing lacking, and even those have been getting better over time. Like I use the weird gift Christmas skin and I love it. I love it to death. I love
Oh yeah, I
the
got it.
idiot skin. I love like half the legendary skins, which unfortunately a lot of limiteds, but still.
The retro skin is one that I want to get.
Retro is amazing. I love that one. The arcade cabinet as well. Amazing. Love it.
Yeah.
Like, my skins are so good.
His
I
RG,
love
his
those.
RGB though is.
We don't talk about that
His
one.
RGB.
We don't talk about that
Oh.
one. But everything else.
We don't talk about the femboy gloves.
But everything else about like literally the only reason I think he's not like top 3 is literally just because of the fact that he's a little map dependent on like 2 maps.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
and
I'm pretty cut and dry with Wist, honestly. I feel like Wist, playing as him, super fun. Again, just map dependent and not even very map dependent is super fun to play as him. Playing against him, it's also, I would say, it's fun to play against him too because it's just so silly. Like you can't even be mad you died to a Wist because
No.
it's just. He earned it. He definitely earned it. I don't think there's a lot of bullshit mechanics with Wist unless you're getting blown up from like
There
another
is-
group, but
there is one
Cosmetic-
bullshit.
cosmetics are peak. Play style is super simple and intuitive. Wist is very cool. I like him a lot.
There is one bullshit with him, and it's mainly the bomb is. The hitbox on the bomb is either normal or for some reason gigantic.
Yeah, I will say like
Yeah.
the bomb
No,
hitbox can be a little finicky. but-
Outside of that, no complaints. I mean, I do love bouncing. I do love when they manage to do a trick shot with his bomb. That's a very fun thing to do with him.
Yeah.
And Frenzy
Yeah.
is, and Frenzy makes it even better because you shoot tree, and usually that ends with a one shot.
Boom.
Wisp is the master of bone breaking, without a doubt, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And Frenzy, well, people usually use it for the sprint speed and attack speed, or to shoot tree bombs, but also you can't forget that you can also increase the duration of Frenzy.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know, just overall, I love him. I love him. Whist is like literally in my top 3 characters every
Yeah.
time.
No complaints about Wisp really. Playing against him was and playing with him was, especially playing with him.
Playing with him is so and
Yeah.
and okay, here's the one like the last thing I'll add. Double Trouble Whist is literally Double Trouble puts him up here. It's not even
That's it.
it's not
Yes.
even close.
Oh yeah,
Double
definitely,
Trouble
definitely.
Whist is like you put the fear of God into people when you play Whist on Double Trouble.
So any range skill makes a lot of people dangerous.
There's like only one ranged character I think that sucks, and we'll get to who that is. But
I wonder who it is.
I wonder. Can you really call
One
them a
of,
range
like,
character?
One of like only 3 ranged characters in the game.
yeah, and we've already ranked like 2 of them.
The irony.
Okay,
I can smell it.
Nilo. How do we feel about Nilo?
Nilo, playing again. Damn, is it good? Without a doubt, playing against him just absolutely, without a doubt, horribly just fucking sucks. A lot of Nilo players also suck, not as in bad or just very
Yeah.
fucking annoying. He, even though he doesn't have the biggest stamina, he is one of the fastest characters up there, so he makes up for it. The main time that you're gonna escape a Nilo is his leap if you're stupid enough. But there are times, but you know how this game is with hitboxes.
Tough.
Godly Leap is either a miss majority of the time, or it has some of the largest hitboxes I've seen to man.
I still love getting hit around a corner by Godly Leap. Tough.
Mhm. And
Whee!
also, I didn't even know that you can turn Godly Leap, so oh my god.
Yeah.
Have fun. God, imagine
Nilo
if
is a character that I feel like is a really cool character in of itself. Like the concept and design is cool, but
Yes.
playing against him is so fucking infuriating. I don't understand how I can be like around a corner and then suddenly I'm getting my throat ripped out by a lizard.
I think Nilo suffers from not from design, but just from the game in general. Like Nilo's
Yeah.
biggest problem is just that the hitbox problem exists.
Yeah.
If Nilo's hitboxes could be fixed, Nilo would instantly jump up a couple tiers because then it would at least be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
That alone makes it rough.
And the
I
problem
don't
with
think I would necessarily put him in Lakin, but I think the highest I could go is enjoyable.
I very like I can basically sum him up in one sentence. If you like Godzilla, you'll like Nilo.
Yeah.
If you don't, then
Yeah.
you're gonna be just crying.
And, yeah. And whenever you get what's it called, irritated, oh boy, don't even bother trying to
Irradiated,
survive.
yeah.
Yeah, irradiate.
Irradiated.
Because well, the main way is gonna be the puddle, but I didn't even realize that stepping on a dead body also puts on irradiated.
And that effect lasts for a very long time too. I think the dead body's
30
irradiated for like
seconds.
oh, I thought it was like 45. I think it's 45.
Oh,
actually.
you mean the dead body? Oh, I meant the debuff is. I meant the puddle.
The puddle lasts 30. Dead bodies are like 45 seconds. They are a long time.
Jesus.
So if someone
Jeez.
dies like in a doorway, good luck. Just good luck.
Yeah.
You basically
And
can't use that anymore.
And you think that it's not too bad with his damage, but the speed, and then the fact that usually most of the times when you're going against him, you're probably gonna be irritated. So that's more
Mhm.
damage on top of damage.
And just to pour salt on the wound, he is like one of the most map dependent characters in the game. Cause like
That too.
you can play on like
Yeah.
Oni Mansion and just dominate the entire time, but then next time you play him, you'll get like My World, and there's literally nothing you can do. Or like Forest. Oh my god, if you get Forest, I hate playing Forest.
So personally, I would say he's one of those characters that are fun to play, but you're never gonna like playing against him.
Yeah,
No.
for sure. And also, I
Uh,
just like to quickly touch it. Cosmetic wise, yeah, he's just so lacking. Like I
Oh,
didn't.
please don't talk about cosmetics.
The
Aw,
only
come
okay,
on.
there are only two cosmetics I like from him, and it's the newest ancient skin, and the only other one is his doppelganger skin, and that's only because it's referencing the IDW comics, which I really like. That's it. That's literally it.
Mhm.
Every other cosmetic for him, and I guess reindeer is okay, but like, eh.
So for his cosmetics,
It's one of the worst. Yes, it's bad.
Yeah.
yeah, you can't even say that he has reskins because this man has like a good portion of. He has a lot of legendaries.
And a lot of them are just like, again, if you like Godzilla and like kaiju in general, then you will be all for it.
Yeah.
But
Like
I'm not, so
his best skin is probably definitely one of the best, at least is Reindeer.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think Reindeer's pretty aight. Like I used it until I got the ancient skin for him, the new one, and then I completely stopped using it.
Okay.
But that's just me. Anyways,
And now
we can
we're
move on
on
from that.
the Slim Shady. So we all
I
collectively.
don't like it.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't say he's lacking, but my god, is he annoying to go against. Like
Oh, yeah.
I would almost
No,
put him
every
under
time
Vapor.
every time I see a Venom mimic, I'm not even scared. I just audibly sigh.
Yeah, like he's not scary. Honestly, every time I see a Vita mimic, I'm just like, okay, I accept my fate. GG.
When you see a VM,
Even if you're
it's-
grouping up, it's just like you're cooked if he's chasing
Yeah.
you. It's so
The-
difficult to
yeah,
break chase.
literally the only way to survive or have a chance of survival, I should say, is if you do the group up thing. But at the same time, you're in a Roblox game,
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't even understand that. So
Well, and just by design, he's not that fun. Like
No.
his whole thing is you go silent and invisible for a little bit, and then you have an ability that lets you deal more damage, but you can't sprint while using it. So it's like it's just so boring. His kit. You look at characters like Forest King, like MX, like Whist, and they're super fun. And then you look
Yeah.
at Vita Mimic, and it's like, what is this? Why?
yeah,
If I wanted to play a
Yeah.
stealth killer, I'll go play Jeff. I'll go play Fogborn. I'm not gonna play this.
he feels
No.
he feels like an attempt at stealth character, but he also plays like Baldi, but way worse.
It's like you're trying to play both. It's like you're trying to play an oppressive killer and a stealth killer at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just clashing the whole time.
Yeah. Most of the times, I gotta say, what's another thing? I had it in my head just now.
Your mom.
No. That's not your mom. Shut up. Shit, look. I honestly thought at first glance she was gonna be so much more interesting,
Yeah.
and then that went down the drain.
I will
Also,
say then some of his cosmetics are really good, but also
Yeah.
a lot of them are shit.
Yeah. Most games with the Mimic are either server wipe or you just never see him.
No.
this might be the hottest take I have for Pillar Chase 2. I don't like the Bloxer skin. I think it's stupid. I don't like the chase theme.
Yeah,
I don't like how
it's
it
not
looks.
really
Like,
fair.
I don't. A lot of people really like the Bloxer skin and will like constantly praise it. I think it's just a
The
really bad
Bloxer?
It's
skin.
just nostalgia baiting.
It's It's,
Yeah.
if you like,
This-
okay, even like the classic Jeff skin did better, or like John Fogborn, or anything like that. did
Yeah.
better. His just feels like a really poor attempt at a classic skin. I don't like it, and the chase theme is so unengaging. Like when I start hearing
No.
that chase theme, I don't think, oh run. I think, oh, am I asleep because this is a snooze fest.
He has a chase thing.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, I never noticed.
Exactly. It's so boring. Like, literally, go listen to it, like, when we're done. I promise you. It's so boring. And everyone who is defending the Bloxer skin liked the old theme. The new theme sucks. It's bad. It's so boring. I want to fall asleep when I listen to it. End of story.
Yeah, no, it's just not very good.
Which is even worse too. I'm sorry, I'm ranting about this, but it's even worse because the person who made the chase theme makes good chase themes. It's not even a bad composer. It's just it's that one skin. For whatever reason, that one skin is just so mid.
Man.
Like I really like their work, but that one skin, I can't.
Oh, Sifa mold. We do.
Dude, I am.
That's pretty much all you can do.
I am holding.
No,
I am
now,
holding.
now next shall be the joke character. Well, technically, you could call the joke character of the game.
Alright, Corgi.
Aoni
Yeah.
Child.
Okay, so I have many
No
opinions on Fuwadi based on my
Actually,
very
yeah, the little
long
sheriff game.
playtime with him. Fuwadi is my most played character. I think he's the highest level character I have at like 21 or 22.
Corgi,
Fuwadi
this is your stage. Yeah, there.
What's why I'm doing it right now. Can you not hear me?
Yes. Hurry up.
Okay. What?
Keep going. He's yapping.
Okay. He's having a moment. Anyway, Fuwadi, I will die on this hill. He is at least a dapper pick, at maximum an easy wipe. Based on my experience with him, I know his play kit and play style is very simple, but it's extremely effective. Like, he's pretty damn quick for what he is. Sure, you have low stamina, but you also, he has a high stamina cost, but you're also getting a lot of value for using up stamina. It's very easy to keep up with people. It's very easy to secure kills because you get a little boost when you use your primary. And his dash is probably one of the, not like the strongest abilities in the game, but one of the most effective abilities in the game if you know how to play it right. The only really downside I have to say about Fuwadi is on darker maps, his Oni vision makes it very hard to like run, and maps in general, Fuwadi is pretty goddamn map dependent. Like on maps like the campsite or the forest, it's called, or like hide and seek, I kind of struggled a lot playing as him. But on other maps, he can and very easily can squad wipe, or not squad wipe, team wipe, server wipe. And on Double Trouble, he is one of the strongest Double Trouble picks. Every time I have a Double Trouble match as Fuwadi, I will win. Most of the time, anyway, unless my teammate is an utter douchebag. But I will die on the hill that Fuwadi is one of the most slept on, underrated characters in the game, and it's very, very easy to get consistent wins with him.
Okay. Fully agree. There are only two reasons I think I would put him in easy fight. And I think you touched on them both. And there he goes. He'll be back in a second. There's only two things I would say that, like, collectively put me away from putting him in easy fight. One, you said it, very map dependent.
Extremely.
Like, he's one of the most map dependent characters in the game, because, like...
And even on maps like the forest, I've had really good games on the. I think my first win was on the forest just because I was like I already knew I was kind of like, oh, this is an open map. Fuwadi seems to suck on open maps, so I just kind of went for it every time I had my charge. I kind of use it. Okay, this analogy is only going to make sense to people that played Overwatch, but I kind of play Fuwadi's charge like you would play Tracer's ultimate. You use it when you have it, and you don't really need to put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, like, you kind of just use it. That's how you play
Yeah.
it. You just straight up use it. You're
And
not gonna use
on
it...
open
hold it.
maps that Fuwadi would struggle with, you can just use it back to back, and you will end up hitting someone.
Yeah.
It's very easy to squad wipe as Fuwadi.
Yeah, like, I think the only reason that, like, I would say he's map dependent isn't because he's bad on maps he struggles in. You just have to play differently, and usually how you have to play is...
And he does have. That's where people kind of mess up, because people like to say, "Oh, he's got like a brain dead playstyle. You just run around and do shit."
No.
But you actually do have to put a lot of thought into how you play on certain maps.
Yeah, and, like, that's the only problem is, like, on open maps, you can read him like a book. It's
Yeah.
very easy to just sidestep a dash or just outrun him if you know what you're doing at that point.
Yeah.
If you know that he's using his Oni vision to get stamina back, you just stop. Because
And
he
also
can't
on
attack
Last
you.
Man Standing, Fuwadi kind of struggles with Last Man Standing.
The only, and this is my other thing, the only other thing I would say, and I just found this recently, his hitbox can be so bad. So bad.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this just playing against him, because playing against him is very 50-50, where sometimes you'll sidestep and just randomly get pulled into it. I've had it more times than I can count. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about playing against him. Because there are games where it will feel perfect. Like, he'll hit consistently every time, it feels great. And then I had a game yesterday. I was playing Tony's Mansion, as Fuwadi. I was standing on top of this person. Literally on top of this person. I probably took 12 swings on top of them to finally kill them. Literally, I was on top of them. 100% in the attack hitbox. They weren't moving. And somehow the game wasn't registering it. And again, totally fine Wi-Fi. Totally fine connection, totally fine FPS, and for some reason the hitbox just did not register. And this wasn't the first instance of this either, where I'll just randomly whiff. It happens way too many times. So, those two reasons are the only reasons I would say he's probably closer to Dapper. But, like, everything else I agree with. He is totally someone. His cosmetics are great, by the way. I love his cosmetics. He's really fun. Yeah, that's all I got.
He is one of the most slept on characters. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Everyone calls him like a joke character, but ironically, when someone plays him serious, he's a genuine threat to society and should be looked at.
He's a little fucking menace.
So, my dad decided to reset the internet without anybody.
That's fun. Win away.
So, enjoyable, I guess. I'm surprised that this is what I come back to.
Why is that?
I was gonna say, yeah. I don't know what you're doing.
Wrong spot. Sorry, I was looking
there we
on
go.
my second screen. He's supposed to be right. Like, I wouldn't put him any higher. Like, this would be the highest I would go. Is probably like above Spray Trap, but I think he's
Yeah.
like more reasonably like right there.
Truthfully, my opinion on him is very mixed.
we'll put him in like the mixed spot then.
My opinion is more so character wise. Well, already he has a contested skill, so he already got a contested skill. His rush, well, it's what you expect, honestly. His rush is the best part about him. Similar situation to Fairbrand in a sense. He's the joke character though, so that's why my opinion is mixed. His character, I would say it's more so the players themselves that make him Fuwadi.
Yeah, like if you look at him as a joke character, then he's really fun. I think it's only when you start looking at him as like a serious, like trying to be competitive, that it kind of falls apart. But
Yeah. Which is a Roblox game.
I was gonna say, why are
very-
you looking at it serious at that point?
Yeah.
Like,
To
sorry,
describe Fuwati,
this isn't Overwatch.
honestly, to describe Fuwati, the best description is Fuwati is the player itself, not the character.
Bro's a silly little guy,
Yeah.
For-
just like
And
the,
most are
just like the
silly.
person
He's
who made
just a
them.
little dude.
Majority of them are silly. Literally every time I've seen a serious Fuwati, they fail. Unless it's on the accountability of bullshit hitboxes with their rush.
Yeah, but like 90% of the time,
I rarely ever play Fuwadi in a serious manner. I always try and be kind of silly, and I still get team wipes.
I'm gonna say
In
90% of the time
and-
they're gonna be totally silly. Like literally the amount of times I'll see them kill somebody and then just dance for 5 seconds. It's like, yeah, that's deserved.
Yeah.
Get it?
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Do a little shit.
And skin wise, I would say pretty decent. Pretty decent. I don't know why they have 2 Among Us skins though.
I think one's a OC. I think that's why. One of them's like a self.
Yeah.
It's one of the
right.
devs, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's something like that. That's
Well,
why.
one of them is just red, and one of them is called High with a blue hat and a suit, I think.
Well, actually, fun
Mhm.
fact: the red one actually changes colors every game, so it's not just red.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
every
that's
time
actually
you,
pretty cool.
I say every time you use it, it'll. I think it picks from like 8 different colors. So,
My favorite skin is the one based off of the YouTuber Smitty.
that one's also really good. I like that one.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, I don't have much more to say about Fuwadi. I just think he's a silly little guy. He's a good one.
Oh god, Inkfell. Where everything started to go, where everything started to go an interesting direction.
Yay, that one.
I'm very mixed about this guy.
So am I.
The Black One.
The black.
Nice.
Oh no, black people.
Are you not
Oh, wait,
gonna
I'm-
look at Valen? Or he's
Hey,
right
hey, no,
there.
he's the first. No, wait. There's a difference. Inkfell, he's the big, buff, black, scary man that's trying to argue you. Valum is the sweet process demon, the drug dealer, that type.
No, Valum.
There's a
Valum.
difference.
Valum is the.
We're here to contact you about your car's extended warranty.
Like, you know, he works for tech support.
Alright, I guess this is the best time to follow the cosmetic power and fun format.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so this was my second silver I ever did. The first was DXC. He's still my most played character, but this was the second silver I ever did. So I played him when he sucked at balls, and I still think he sucks balls. He is way too method. He's a horrible chaser. Like, he is so low. His only good thing is when he can slow down somebody and then kind of catch up, but that is so difficult to do on certain maps. Like, the one that always comes to mind for me is Joy Creation is awful. Literally awful.
Yeah.
My World is literally awful.
Mhm.
Baldi Schoolhouse even can be bad. like if you don't know how to play Inkfell, it's just so bad. I never see anyone teleport. His teleport mechanic is so gimmicky that it's just not good.
Yeah.
It's so
Like-
sad because I think he is so fun. I love playing as him when I can actually do good, but he's so weak. He
The way that I
sucks.
would describe Info, both first appearance and now still, he's the potential man of this game. And also, one nitpick I have about him is that he has some. Out of all the hitboxes I've seen, his are a little. Eh.
I have been hit through
Dev-
walls way too many times, and I have hit
Dev-
people through walls way too many times.
Yeah.
Devil's Portal. Look, from what I could tell, Devil's Portal is definitely way bigger than the actual. Oh wait, the appearance that it has. Devil's Rage. I feel like the hitbox for that is always changing for some reason, and I don't even know what to say about Devil's Dive honestly, because I don't remember the last time I've seen anybody use.
I say,
Devil's
you have to
Dive.
use Devil's
Yeah.
Dive the same way you use Charging Demise from MX, where it's like there are some maps you legitimately just cannot use the ability because it's just a throw ability. Like
Yeah.
it's so bad at times. But then you
Yeah.
get maps where it's just long hallways, and if you don't use it, you'll never catch up. So it's like
Yeah, that's the only time. Yeah, you will see a Devil's Dive every rare blood moon.
exactly.
I've never seen. Honestly, they might as well just with.
Oh.
Okay then. There goes his internet again.
Yep.
Well.
And I don't even want to talk about the explosion hitbox. And,
Okay then.
and fuck me.
Okay.
Fuck
Wow.
me.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Demonetization. Here we come.
Damn.
I think the only thing
Make-
honestly carrying Inkfell is his cosmetics are really good, and his chase theme is like
Wait,
top
what do you
3.
mean dismonetization?
It's so bendy.
Censor me. Censor me. Just censor me. That's it.
Yeah, well, I hate editing, and I don't want to go through the time to bleep out every word you say. So yeah, everything else about him though, honestly, like sucks. He just sucks. Like,
Yeah, he had potential, and it's he need honestly the only way to save him might genuinely be a rework.
yeah, which sucks because I think he is really fun. It's just that it's really hard because like if you do any sort of buff, I think he's gonna very quickly become easy pick material. But
Yeah.
not for the reason like MX
Yeah.
or Whist, but for the reason like Vita Mimic, where it's just there's nothing you can do against him.
I just remembered another thing. The explosion part of the hitbox with Devil's Portal is just
Terrible.
God.
It's so bad.
And it's so bad that I don't even remember the last time that I've seen the explosion part.
Yeah, I really don't know either. But that's all I got.
Oh boy, PCX. Oh dear. This one.
I mean, you played him. How do you feel about it?
I feel like you have a lot more fun playing as him than against him.
There we go. Alright, I'm glad we're all on the same page. Can I just put
Like, yeah, you can. Like, he is fun, but only if you're playing as him. For everybody else, it's just, oh god, I'm on the floor. Oh god, I'm being sent to pre-rework. I'm being sent to final act. Oh god, I've been jumped on. Oh, I'm fucking dead.
Okay, here's the thing. I think part of the problem is also every single person was playing him. There was
Yeah,
not
that
like
too.
there
He
was
was
a
he
period
was
of
everywhere.
time where you literally could not go a single game without seeing him like 70% of the time. So it gets really annoying when you're playing the same character over and over and over, and they use the same BS combo over and over and over, and the same skins over and over and over, and half of his skins suck. Here comes my hot takes. I hate Thorn. I think Thorn is a terrible character, or not terrible skin, but like Chase theme is awful. I hate Thorn. It's terrible.
I no, I just
2017X, his skin is awful. It's only there for the meme. 2011
it's
is
just gross.
is not an ancient skin. 2011 should be a legendary. What else? Slayer kind of sucks, but I use it anyways because that's all I have for him because I only played him like 2 times. Decay is terrible. I don't know why they made it. I hate
The only
PCX.
skin that I run on him is Ultimate.
And that's one of his only good ones. I swear to
Yeah.
God. That's one of his like all the ancients, in my opinion, blow.
Yeah, no. PCX is just he's not fun to.
Even at some points in times, I feel like he's not fun to play as because it's just like if people know how to counter you, you can't do shit.
Yeah, no, you really just cannot do anything. It sucks.
He's definitely lacking. I don't know what else to say. He's just not that good of a character. Like, he's cool, but it's so dumb. There's so much BS with his character.
Yeah,
It's
and
just not fun.
like, okay, the thing is, and I say this every time I do a tier list in general, the one thing that will make you hate a character is when you have no agency against said character. And I think PCX is one of those characters where you can't do anything. The only
No,
thing
you
you can do is just delay your demise. You can't necessarily like counter him in any way. Even if you do like almost perfect stamina management, he will eventually catch up to you and you'll just die. And they tunnel 24/7 because that's the only good strategy with PCX is just tunneling. Oh my god.
Because they have the speed to keep up with people.
I literally like I have a queasy feeling in my stomach just talking about PCX because he's that bad. The only reason
bad.
I even put PCX over Rosemary is just because at least he has kill potential. But that's it. It's
Yeah, no, that's all he's got going for him.
I hate PCX.
PCX.
Yeah, you have any thoughts about him?
They should have just left it with one song character.
Yup. Yup.
The only thing that PCX players do is just tunnel because that's the only thing they're good at.
Yup.
Every one of them can die in a ditch. I can't even tell if the rework made him worse or just more annoying.
Both.
What else? Final stand. Okay, God, suck a dick. He's a definition. He's blessed by horrible hitboxes too.
Dude.
My God.
The amount of
Lord.
Oh my gosh, I have the same problem with him where I'll be like 10 feet away and somehow get knocked down. It's like hello. Oh my gosh.
I would say that he's basically how is it? Can we call him Vita Mimic, the sequel?
I think he sucks for different. Vita Mimic sucks because Vita Mimic's kit is boring. PCX sucks because everything about PCX just makes you groan. Like,
Yeah.
Vita Mimic is more just like an audible sigh. PCX genuinely makes me groan.
No, yeah. Mimic is just oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna die. PCX is, God fucking damn it.
Yeah, like, PCX, like, that is the one time where I will actively just be like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with the game for today.
Yeah, one more thing I gotta say. Can we please do something about like I'm tired of seeing at least 4 PCX's minimum every single server that I join.
Yeah. I recently it's gotten better just because PCX is no longer the newest monster, but like, oh my god.
Yeah. God, I could go for a while when I play the game, but when you get back to back of the same character, the same tunneling, the same this and that,
It's just
my god, I move so fast.
well, and it's like if it was like 4 Wists, or even like even like 4 Fulatis or 4 Spring Traps, I would not care. I would be like, okay, cool, let's do this. 4 PCXs specifically is when I bash my head against the wall.
It's just not. It's just a poorly designed character in all facets.
They should have stuck with one Sonic character.
Or yeah, like,
They tried to dip into the Sonic fandom again because EXE was insane and then they failed.
well, yeah, it's like yeah, Sonic.exe is like the OG, and they just did it in the worst way possible. Like, I just don't
Yeah.
There's no fun, and I think it's made worse by the fact that the game is just running so poorly right now with like the hitboxes, and also I don't know what it is with the most recent update, but I have been lagging for once, which has almost never happened to me until now. So now I'll just get lagged into a hit, which is awesome, so great.
I mean,
That's
And then
I
there's
mean,
that's
so
the
far-
lighting, so you also can't see half the time because of the lighting problems. Oh, okay. So,
that so far I've never gotten an ounce of lag within this game. But one thing that absolutely sucks for me is that I don't know why, but not every map, but like a couple maps have gotten noticeably darker, at least for me. Especially maps like Forest is always dark, but it feels
pitch black.
the forest is just pitch black. I run into everything. Dungeon. Oh my god. I used to actually be able to see for a dungeon. Now I think I can see a little bit better, but I genuinely cannot play a dungeon without some sort of lasers. And then there's another map, but I can't remember the name of it. Lighting in the game is sometimes it's fine, and then other times it's like, do I even move? Do I even bother trying?
Yeah.
No.
Which only
No,
makes
you don't.
PCX worse.
Yeah.
Half the time when I'm
Especially-
going against PCX and I'm getting chased and I've been hit already, like near death, I'll just stand there and wave.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that you can do. Plus,
Yep.
since everything is so dark, he has the clones, which are also black. So, you're not gonna see that. And he has
You're black.
doesn't he go invisible or something?
Mostly
Yeah.
invisible, yeah.
Yeah, that-
And then he just slaps you
yeah.
down, and then he slaps you down from
Oh,
10 feet away and laughs at you.
Don't even talk about that, dude. Every time I've gotten
Oh,
hit by that move,
God.
there is a giant noticeable difference in between the two. He could be in there. He could be on it. He can be. It could be the size of the hallway. He could be on one end, I would be on the other, and he was so.
Yeah.
I hate PCX.
Especially when-
I hate PCX. I hate PCX.
They should probably just get rid of him. Like he never used.
Bro never existed.
If PCX literally got deleted today, I would not be complaining.
I mean, I guess only one thing that I like about him is the fact that he basically has an ultimate. No. I guess that's cool.
I guess it's cool, but it's also still bullshitty.
Yeah. I mean, not
Well, not
as
for
crappy,
shit.
but still, like, really crappy to go against.
Yeah.
Okay, can we stop talking about him? Can we move on, please?
Yeah.
I hate him so much. Alright, Jeff.
I haven't had much experience with Jeff, so I don't know how much input I'll have with him.
I played a little bit of him, and actually no, I'll let it get to center stage.
I mean, The only thing I can really say is I think like this is when they finally nailed the stealth character. I think he's really, really good at that. But like he does
Yeah.
obviously have some pretty big flaws. Main one for me anyways is that his like traversal is really bad. But other than that, he's really good. I like him a lot because I just like stealth killers in general. I think he's finally like what a stealth killer should be, which is being quiet and being
He's
able to
sneaky.
do a lot of damage when you don't see it. But there
Yeah,
is
it's
still
not-
counterplay. Like there
Yeah.
is still a way to notice him because like he is still audible when he's next to you. And there is
Yeah.
like obviously you can see him and his hitbox actually doesn't suck. I think he's one of the few characters in the game that his hitbox makes sense.
Oh, I would say that out of every hitbox I've seen in this game, Jeff by far might have the most genuine, accurate hitbox.
Yeah, his actually
Yeah. I
it
mean,
feels like I can
he
play
is-
him.
He is just a dude with a knife.
Like honestly, like if I miss with Jeff, I can't even blame the game for that. The hitbox is just that genuinely accurate.
Yeah.
Say if you miss, you missed.
Like seriously, a stealth character shouldn't be literally having an ability that's a scream cock off. Cock off.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, he still does. His other ability does make him pretty loud, but
But how often
That's
are you
it.
gonna use that ability?
yeah. The main thing that you should be doing when you're playing Jeff is, without a doubt, the first ability. I would say my first time when I was playing Jeff, I don't know why, but I felt so locked in playing Jeff.
But you have to lock
definitely,
in
like,
playing
you have
Jeff.
to play him very specifically, in my opinion,
Yeah.
to like actually get that.
Despite how differently and a little bit genuinely more seriously you have to play Jeff, I think that's what makes him so enjoyable.
Yeah. And like his skins too, I know he doesn't have many, but the ones he does have are pretty good.
So yeah, well, he has a few exceptions.
I mean, he has a few
Except that.
he has a few exceptions, but like I'm also not gonna be as picky just because he's still pretty new. He's only like
Yeah, I won't.
a month,
Yeah,
if that.
I won't be too much on the cosmetic because most of his cosmetics is just literally the reskins.
Yeah.
So
And then he has
go away.
everybody wants the FNAF skin. That's it. So
Yeah, because it's the best. Well,
it is.
it's either the FNAF skin or the Smile.
Yeah,
Or
that's
for
true.
the
The other one, the one with the hoodie. I like that one too.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
But without a doubt, I could tell that skin-wise he's gonna have a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Especially when they decide to do. You said they were gonna do him like Roblox style, right?
Well, so he has a classic one too, and I actually
Very
think
classic.
that one's pretty good. I don't think it's my favorite skin, but like it's pretty good what they did with that one.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's a giant reference to Survive and Kill the Killers, and that was like one of my childhood games. So
Oh, I
And
really
another
love that
one
game.
that they could do is oh yeah.
is yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'd probably put him like under Fuwadi, but like above Baldi, like right there. But I don't know. What do y'all think?
That's pretty accurate, honestly.
Did he disconnect again?
Probably.
Oh my god. No. No.
Yeah.
Yep, there it goes. There it is.
Oh,
Well, I guess.
bro is having a rough time.
Yeah.
Okay, the first two, yes. This one, that one's on.
Okay.
All right
I
then.
will say he does have skin potential, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Especially when they decide, well, maybe decide to do the original image, well, based off the original image. It could probably be a decent skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do with Jeff, for sure. I'm curious.
Yeah.
But, anywho, I think we can move to the
And-
last one, just since we've already
And
gone 2
now
hours.
the newest, the newest of the new.
Yeah.
So I don't mind going first since out of us three, I was the first to get him. Is that fine with you?
Yeah, that's fine. Go.
Yeah.
You can do it.
All right. Immediately right off the bat, I'm just gonna say he's not right here. His primary is not range. I mean, technically it is, but
It's kind
The
of like
range
the
is-
empty hitboxes.
yeah.
I think that's a problem. Is that the hitboxes are so bad that like it's supposed to be, but it just doesn't feel like it whatsoever.
Yeah, because there's many times where you're gonna be playing with Valum, and it looks like it should be hitting, but it just does not at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, I did think it was very cool that you could actually charge it, but that still doesn't really make a difference with hitbox much. Surprisingly, I thought he was gonna be a little bit more complex, but no, he really is not. He's in my opinion, he's not too complex. Pretty easy character to understand once you play with him for
Yeah.
a moment. I mean, sure, at the start you're never gonna understand him, but I would say that I understood him at least like a quarter into the, or no, not quarter, a halfway into the game. What else? You kind of have to be a little smart, I guess. Not painfully smart, but a little smart. Because I find you don't really need to use that many illusions.
No, not really.
Well, that's also part
Yeah.
of the problem. You only get one, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least from what I've
It's
seen,
one or two,
you only
two,
get
something.
one.
I swear it was two. Never
Maybe,
mind.
maybe it is two.
I
when
don't know if
play
it's
it,
two or one, but I've only seen one. No, I think it's only one because I'm pretty sure the ability to, if you're not looking at your thingy, you'll just teleport to him, and if you're not looking at it, it'll just like make a new one.
Yeah.
From what I could tell, illusion can catch him off guard sometimes when you teleport him. But at the same time, I would say it's a little risky because I don't know if it gives a speed boost, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That when they're speed boosted, not really the best situation to be in for Valum because his stamina isn't all that to talk about, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
personally
he feels fast, but he has speed, but his stamina is genuinely just dog water. And then your other ability literally locks you out of sprinting, and now you're just walking fast. So it's like,
You're just like jogging.
I feel
Yeah.
like Valem has a problem where he doesn't really know what he wants to be, and so it makes it hard to play any particular style. That's my problem with him. Like,
Yeah.
he says he's a ranged character, but he's not ranged. He says that he has this ability where you can teleport back to your illusion, which is cool and all, but then you actually use it and the damage is like so minimal. I almost never feel like I get any damage off of it.
wait, illusion does damage?
Yeah, when you teleport to your illusion, it's supposed to do damage, but I've never seen that happen. So
I've
That is
never
why.
seen that happen.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
yeah, or something like that.
I
can double check.
I
it.
thought the illusion sometimes scratches you. I thought that's what it was.
No, the way it's supposed to work is that it gives and this is the other thing I don't like, it gives survivors buffs. but then when you teleport to it, it's supposed to like damage them or debuff them. But I've never seen that happen in all the, like in multiple games I've used him. And then his other ability is so situational, like you have to corner them before you can use it, just so that they don't run away from you. It's just he feels weak until until you have him cornered, and then once you have him cornered, he just completely decimates them. But getting them to that position is almost impossible.
He's
I
so
will say his damage is honestly. I will say though his damage is alright where it is, because whether or not you do if you do the fast one, you kill them pretty fast because it's constant hits. And if you're doing the charge one, you can usually 2 or 3 tap them, which isn't bad either.
Yeah. And it sucks too, because I think he has one of the most unique playstyles in the whole game. And at least from what he released with cosmetics wise, he has some of my favorite cosmetics in the game. But his playstyle is just like, he's so weak and he feels so lost in terms of what you do with him that it's not like a diverse playstyle because he can do so many things. He feels like a diverse playstyle, but none of them get you anywhere. And so you're kind of just, you're poking at them with a feather hoping it kills them.
You feel basically he's the jack of all trades.
But
Good at everything,
he's not even
not
a
good at
master.
everything.
He's not even adequate with it.
He can do everything, but not well.
Yeah. Cosmetics wise, kind of what I expected so far. Though, I do especially love his other skins. I can't like.
Yeah, and like that's what I'm saying. Like everything else about him is just like so good. He feels so bad.
Basically, the idea, perfect. The execution, yeah.
No.
He feels like an Inkfell where it's like such a cool concept, just horribly implemented. Or like PCX, cool concept, horribly
Potential.
implemented.
But we are the potential men.
That's literally what it feels like. Alright, well, that's all of it.
We've done
That's
it.
it.
We've done the thing.
You did it. And oh my god, it's almost been 2.5 hours. Okay.
2.5.
It's almost been 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, any final words before I finally close this video off?
No, but Hellcast will be back next year.
Next decade.
Next century. It'll be a real Hellcast. Next century, we'll all be in hell.
Our kids are gonna be the ones doing it.
Bold of you to assume I'll have children.